This is John for johnsbeat.com. I'm here with James Azrael. I have the pleasure of being on the beat with my old friend, writer, producer, curator, all around great guy, man. How are you?
Doing very good, Johngy. Good to be back with you.
It's always good
Yeah,
to talk to you. You know,
yeah,
interviewing you is really easy
yeah.
because you got so much stuff to do, and you're very easy to talk to, and we've been doing this for years. So
Oh, thank
let,
you.
let's jump right into it,
Yeah.
man. So you were the curator of the Horror and Sci-Fi um, Props Preservation Association.
Yes, the HSPPA, nonprofit traveling museum of screen used movie props.
Tell us a little bit about that. How did you get involved in that? What is it?
I mean, it probably beaten this one to death, but it kind of developed just out of the. I saw a need that people wanted to see these things, So I just decided that collectors needed to unleash their collections. They needed to open the doors and let uh, everyone enjoy them. So that's kind of been our mission is to take them out from behind the closed doors and bring them up for an intimate experience with the fans.
Do you have a favorite piece?
Uh, yes, it's my Robin Williams complete screen matched outfit from What Dreams May Come. It's from when he wakes up in the painting.
No, do you
Yeah.
find these things, or do you find these things naturally, or do you go on hunts for various things?
All of the above, man.
Okay.
It's all of the above. I've been doing it so long that like things find me. Um, but yeah, I mean it's all of the above. Um, yeah.
Now you're also
Yeah.
involved in something a little bit sweeter. Tell us about spooky swirls.
Well, Spooky Swirls, it's a gluten-free. Yeah, we'll get that part out of the way. It's a gluten-free horror themed bakery in Chandler, Arizona, just outside of Phoenix. And it actually created itself out of the HSPPA. I'd gone out to Phoenix to do a show, and one of the other collectors that I know that was going to exhibit with me, Chris Sadlowski, she came out, and she and her wife Lola ran a um, bakery food truck called Spooky Swirls, and she showed up with all these cupcakes that were made out like Jason with full edible bloody machetes and everything, and it was just the most amazing thing I've ever had. I'm not celiac. I don't need gluten free, and my only experience with gluten free stuff has always been like cardboard. You know, it's just has always been nasty. So, but these were like the best cupcakes I had ever had. Period. And on the 26-hour some drive home from that, I hadn't just time to think, and I just put this whole idea together of combining um, the pastries and the props. So when we did open, we've got a museum in the store of movie props and whatnot. So we formed it, Chris, myself, Lola, and Ernesto Avina, who's also part of the HSPPA. So yeah, kind of created itself out of the HSPPA.
So can people, or do they ship places? Do they ship the treats?
We are unable to ship the treats. It's just logistically too difficult that nothing will arrive the way you ordered it.
Sure.
All designs and everything. You can't even get a normal package delivered.
Right.
Like a book. You can't get a book delivered looking the way it should, let alone a cupcake. Um, but we are always looking into ways of doing it. It's the cost of shipping and everything. I mean, it makes it kind of ridiculous to
Sure.
to pay. You're going to pay. Well, we had to overnight a single cookie once when I was on collector's call.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, when I was on collector's call, the producers asked us to make something for Lisa Wetchel, and so Chris and Lola created the only thing that could ship was a cookie, so they made a Facts of Life cookie for her, and we had to overnight that to set, so that it would be there on time, but also because it's food.
Right. Yeah.
And it was like $90 to ship.
It's one expensive cookie.
Yeah, to ship a single cookie. So it's really not cost effective to ship that stuff. But we do have coffee, our own blend, Spooky's Blend coffee that we do ship, and the merchandise as well. And we're currently working on something that I can't announce yet, but it will enable people to experience spookies at home.
Well, I'm hoping for expansion into the Chicago area because I don't get out to Chandler, Arizona, but
it's a goal.
It is a possibility somewhere down the line.
Yeah, it's something that we were pushing for from the beginning, from when we started, because Ernesto and myself are in the Chicago area. We don't like being hands off as much as we are, just due to the 1,700 miles between us. Yeah, but the pandemic hit and that kind of derailed a lot.
Well, I will be first in line at your opening if and when you do that, my friend.
Awesome. Well, I mean, the beat better cover it.
Oh, try to keep you away, man. You know me. And plus if you got baked goods there, I'm in, man. Of course.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So what was it like on the Collector's Call meeting Lisa Westphal? I mean, we grew up, I'm probably a little older than you, but I grew up, everyone loves Lisa.
Yeah. I mean, Blair, I always lean towards Joey.
True.
On the show, the biker jacket and the attitude and everything. But yeah, I mean, how can you not like Blair? They didn't use my clip on that in the when they sat you down and questioned everything, and they asked me about my childhood crush on Lisa.
I think we all had one.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was really cool, and to see her experience, what myself, what Mark Short, who also part of the HSPPA and is the ongoing expert on that show now, it seems, that what we feel and stuff with the props, to have her also experience that, unrehearsed live in person when she saw Steve Martin's jacket from Little Shop of Horrors, and surprised her, let her try it on, and so
that had to be surreal though, like showing her your passion, your stuff to Blair Warner.
Yeah. Well, I really surprised her with I had come across in the months before we shot, I had found a mug that Mrs. Garrett, and I can't think of her real name.
Charlotte Ray.
Yeah, Charlotte Ray. A gift that she had made for the cast on Facts of Life for one of the episodes or what, and so I had given that to Lisa on the show, and she, it was pretty emotional, something that she hadn't seen in forever, and it had from Charlotte on it, and everything. So
that had to be cool.
Yeah.
Well, so another thing that you do that I've written about this, I've interviewed you about this, I've talked about this, I tell all my friends, I love It's Just a Game. I'm not saying that because I know you. I'm not saying that as a promotional thing. I love that movie. I thought that the young actors in it, I thought were phenomenal. I thought that there's nothing about it that I didn't like. The directing was good. That the staging, the lighting, the scenery shifts. Your part was excellent. I know that you're humble, and it wasn't a huge part. I know that, but I thought it was a really good, vital part of the movie. I thought you did well with it.
No one licks a shotgun like I do, John.
I've had a few nightmares about that, but moving right along. No, but I mean, I love that movie.
Thank you.
Have you kept in touch with the young actors? Is there something in the future coming with this?
Most of them, yeah. And we we do have a project. Daniel Emery Taylor, the writer director of iJag, It's Just a Game, myself have another project that we've been working on, trying to get the funding for. This is just a really bad time for all of that stuff. But it's really it's one of the best scripts I've ever read, and it's a story that just needs to be told. We made the announcement a few weeks ago about it. It's called Myra Loves Monsters. We have a teaser that we actually shot, that we released, and I keep using this reference and so few people get it, but I can't get away from the reference. Do you remember the movie now my brain just fried. Is it Harvey, the big white rabbit?
I've heard of it. I've
The
seen
Invisible
it a
Rabbit.
long time ago.
Okay. See, that's what I keep getting from people. Y'all need to watch the classics. I'm telling you.
I know. I'm way back. Well, I watched It's Just a Game. That's a classic.
Yes. So Harvey, he sees an invisible alien rabbit that's talking to him all the time. Everybody thinks he's crazy and whatnot, and he's doing things that the rabbit's telling him, blah blah blah. So anyway, Myra Loves Monsters. Myra is a very young, like 14-year-old girl, into old horror movies and stuff, and one slasher in particular that she just really loves, and she creates her idea of him as a person as her imaginary friend, and he kind of becomes her Obi-Wan of becoming a killer herself.
Interesting.
Yeah. And we have a incredible name attached to this that we're not allowed to announce until we have the funding. But it's like the slasher icon is on board for it.
Whenever you can announce it, I want to hear about it.
Yeah.
I definitely will revisit you. But speaking about horror icons, I know where you're going to be August 5th through the 7th. I know where I'm going to be. We're going to be at Flashback. There you go. Flashback Weekend in Rosemont, Illinois.
I think this is actually the Robert Englund one too.
And Robert Englund's going to be there.
Yeah.
So tell us, what will you be doing at Flashback Weekend?
The HSPPA will be there with our exhibit of screen use movie props. I don't know. Trying to work something really special. Mike and Mia, the showrunners of Flashback, and I are trying to work something really, really special for this. And I can't say what it is until we get the clearances. But it's going to be just a phenomenal experience if it all gets approved and goes that direction. But I can say Ken Kersinger is going to be there, who played Jason, Freddy vs. Jason. And for his photo ops, we are providing the hero screen used machete from Freddy vs. Jason for the photo. So there's that. Cool. Yeah.
Now, I always describe Flashback Weekend as like, it's not a huge convention. It's not as big as some of the other big name, but I always say it's like a small convention with a big convention feel, because they pack a lot into that convention.
Oh yeah. It's intimate. It's very high level names, but with an intimate feel, an intimate surrounding, family almost.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I'll see people that I only see maybe once a year, maybe at that convention. I don't see Mike and Mia very often, the show promoters, but I see them there. And everybody else that's there, people like you. I mean, I see you. I haven't seen you since then. Sometimes I usually see you a couple times a year.
Yeah.
But it's such a cool convention, and it's so strange because for a relatively smaller convention, I've never seen a convention like that size have so much stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make it sound like it's a tiny convention. It's not, but it doesn't compare in size to the big boys, but it compares in quality.
Yeah. I mean, it's in a hotel versus a convention center, but they're bringing in the convention center names. You know,
I mean, you don't get any bigger than Robert Englund.
I mean,
and well, I was going to say, I was just going to say, and James Azrael. So
yeah.
you beat me to it. I was on it. I was doing the dramatic pause.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. And the fact that Ken is going to be there too. That, well, Kane is going to be there. So, I mean,
I'm also excited because two
Yeah.
of my young crushes are going to be there, and that's PJ Souls.
Oh, damn.
And Kelly Maroney. I only met you as an adult, so I can't say that. But I love PJ and the Ramones.
Yeah.
I love Kelly Maroney, going back to Night of the Comic, Ryan's Hope, the TV the drama. I mean, you know, again, two of my favorites, and you and Robert Englund.
Yeah.
So who have you met at Flashback that you really dug?
I mean, everybody. I mean, they're always bringing a well, but I think I met you before Flashback.
Oh, okay.
But yes, Johngy. Yeah, I mean, it's where I've the very first time I met Robert was at like 2002 when
I was there
at the very old hotel.
Yeah. I was working for a newspaper at the time, and we covered it then.
I think it was him and PJ.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So I mean, they've always brought in killer lineup.
Amazingly, amazing, just huge name. Like last year, they had Meatloaf.
Yeah.
And, you know, God rest his soul. Shortly before he passed, so anybody that got to meet him there, you know, amazing timing.
I kept leaving Liza at the HSPPA booth just so I could stand around and listen to him.
Yeah,
his line, because it was like going to rock and roll church.
Yeah,
just listening.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So before I let you go, promote anything you want. Tell everybody where they could find you and what do they need to check out of yours.
Yeah. Well, HSPPA is on all the socials. We're even on the Twitters now. I don't run the Twitter. That's Craig Champion, our VP, doing that. We've got the website up and rolling, hsppa.com, and then spookiesswirls.com. And if you don't mind, I have a plug for a new book I'm doing.
Let's hear it.
It's not HSPPA related. One of my other collective sides of me DC comic book character Lobo, and that's kind of my only focus over the last 30 years in comics has been Lobo. And when the pandemic hit, I had a lot of time in my hands, and you know, something I'd wanted to do forever was write a book about Lobo that kind of chronologized word
I'm with you.
Everything about him, you know, because weird fact, like when he had his own series, there was only 64 issues, but he's been in like 1,200 comics,
right?
You know, so I've spent all these 30 years finding every appearance and everything. So that's kind of what the book is. It's laying all that out. I've gone through editorialized and summarized all the main key points and everything, and we're looking at about 300-400 page book right now. So I just announced that this was even happening. So we've got the Facebooks and the Instagram. It's called Fragmendium, like a compendium, but it's his favorite word, frag. So Fragmendium. So follow us on there. We're looking at launching a Kickstarter in the late fall or something, because next year is his 40th anniversary, and we want that to come out. We've got, Danny, I'm getting Daniel Emery Taylor in my mind, but I'm thinking Danny Romero, the artist that did It's Just a Game comic book. She's working on this with me, doing a bunch of layouts and and my my emotional moral support as I'm trying to figure everything out. But we've gotten involvement now and participation from some of the great comic creators like Art Baltzer, Franco, Bernard Chiang, Peter David,
Wow.
Alan Grant, and quite a few others. So Riley Brown, so it's really taken off, and that'll be popping and coming out very soon.
So is it like a graphic? Is it like are a lot of graphics in there?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of images of rare pieces in my own collection, original art dating all the way back to the Omega Men and in his first appearances in like 80, 84, 85. Rare merchandise, just a lot of stuff in there. Yeah.
If you're involved, and I know Art and Franco, they're right down the street from me. Oh yeah, comics is two blocks from my place, so I'm there all the time. Well, that's exciting news. We'll have to have you back on when the Kickstarter comes on.
That'd be awesome.
Do a little thing with that.
Yeah.
I've wasted enough for your time, man. I appreciate you greatly. I can't wait to see you at Flashback Weekend again, August 5th through the 7th. Check out all of James' stuff. He's got great, everything from the society to the cookies to the movies. I can go on and on about you and the upcoming book. But you're one of the coolest guys I know, man.
And my buddy Jar Jar.
Oh, I didn't know he was listening. I would have come. James, man, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Johngy. Always a pleasure, my friend.
You have a good day, my friend.
You too.
Thanks, man.